how many of you are in offices where like a managing broker has to approve documents before they go out for signature? Anybody?
Technically,
No.
I am, but I just send it to him because, again, he's old school. So I send it to him and he reviews it the old fashioned way. He doesn't do it through the system. So I've got to try and see if I can get him onto it. But I can see where it would be great, especially if you have like 5 or 6 brokers or whatever, how this would be a real powerful tool.
Well, the cool thing about this is, let's say that if you're the managing broker and you need to review a rep agreement before it goes out to a seller. A couple things. First off, one other thing, back to the document record. Like I said, there is, when you scroll down here, in the document record, you can also share that way. So you can share it when you're in edit mode, or you can share from the document record. And then here, again, what are you sharing? Right? So it's the same process. But yeah, when you have a managing broker that needs to approve things, what's cool is that you say, okay, I finished my rep agreement. Now I'm going to send it to somebody for approval, my managing broker. So I have it in draft mode. And if Stephen Hansen was my managing broker, then I could say, okay, I want to share this now. And it's not going to be an external sharing at this point. It's going to be internal. So I could just type in Stephen's name here. And there he is. And I could say, okay, I want to.
Well, that is slick.
He's going to be able to edit the document, or, he can, I want him to be able to view the document at minimum, not just a document record. That's not going to be sufficient. So, and probably I want my manager to be able to edit the document, because if I made any mistakes, it would be helpful and for him to be able to change those, right? So you could say add, and now if I want to share this, I can share, I have it shared with those people. And so Stephen Hansen can now edit that document.
Does Stephen Hansen need to be a CAB member to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is only going to pull up people who have access to Legito. Okay. So Mark Settle, Legito admin. I mean, these are me and Brittany Grinnell. These are all admin seats. We have 3 admin seats basically. Then that gives us the ability to create new templates, to modify the templates, to fix errors, to all of that. So Mark works for Legito. Legito admin is another account that Legito has. So they have access to all of our documents. I and Brittany have access to everybody's documents. And so we don't look at people's documents. There's 2 very good reasons for that, and I'll show you those in a minute. But anyhow, so let's say, going back to Stephen needed to approve my documents, so I shared it with him. Now it shows up in his list. When he goes to manage documents, it would show up in his list so that he would be able to see it. Once he reviews it, then if he says everything's okay, then he says it's approved. So once he changes it to approved, now my managing broker has said it's approved. So now I can say, okay, then let me set it up for e-signature and send it out to my seller. All right. So that's kind of what these stages are for, is when you're in an office with a managing broker, where the managing broker wants to review and approve things before they go out. And then the other cool thing here is that if I'm in that situation in one of those offices, I can, or anything else for that matter, I mean, I can click over here and filter by stage. So if I want to see all my draft documents, they're that way. If I want to see everything my broker's already approved, that hasn't gone out, I can see it that way and take off draft. Now I can only see approved, and I can go through those and set those up for e-signature real quickly and get them all out. Anything that's set up for e-signature, do it that way, right? So these are just quick filters to narrow down the documents, because let's face it, every business you're working with is going to have probably 20 different documents at least, right? So this is going to fill up pretty quickly, and we want to, need the ability to manage things pretty quickly as well.